Hey, what is up, guys?
Hey.
This is the Tech Yeah Games movies after show.
Yeah, it's getting real popular, at least among us.
Yeah, it's my favorite after show that we do.
Yeah, mine too. I'd
Yeah.
say it's the best of the best.
I actually do have a lot of fun with these, and when I watch the movies, I get so excited to talk
Me too.
about them. And this week we watched Doom, the movie.
Doom.
Starring-
2005, I believe.
2005, starring Dwayne The Rock Johnson, a very young Rock.
Yeah, it was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't, he's still, looks young. He's a wealthy, in shape guy, but it definitely was funny seeing how young he was.
And he's just a lot more, what's the word I want to use? A lot less polished, this Rock.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, for sure.
He was he was a diamond in the rough.
And I think it was kind of a good, easy role for him. He basically played I forget his name, but they all had hilarious names.
Yeah, they did. His name was Sarge.
Oh, right. Because he was a sergeant.
Because he
Is
was
that
the
correct?
sergeant.
So that should give you a hint. This was not a subtle film. This was not a treatise on anything. It was pretty straightforward. What would you call it? Like an alien clone? It was
Yeah,
like definitely
sort of an
it was like a shitty Aliens.
Yeah, it was like an Aliens mixed with like a zombie movie
Yeah.
in some ways. It
Yeah.
had a lot of zombie movie vibes.
Yep.
I wouldn't call it horror. It was kind of that teenage
Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of blood and violence, and there was like jump scares, but it was not a scary movie by any means.
No, Rosamund Pike was in it.
Yeah, Rosamund Pike.
I love her.
Yeah, she's amazing.
She's amazing.
And she did a great job. And
she's so lovely. She's so lovely.
She is. And my boy,
Richard Brake, who played Portman.
no. Well, I'm sure he's fine.
Oh, Carl Urban.
Carl Urban. I
was-
fucking love
He was
Carl
very
Urban.
good at it.
Every time he's in a movie, he's amazing. Dredd is awesome.
He is. Yeah, he does look. I'll be honest.
He's great in Lord of the Rings. Like, he's just awesome.
I've never really identified that I love Carl Urban.
You do.
And now that we watch this, I'm like, he's pretty great.
Yeah.
He's pretty great.
So, what'd you think of the movie?
My notes came back. I thought it was really dumb.
Yes,
I thought
agree.
it was very bad.
Well, yeah.
I will say this movie was fun.
Yeah, that was my vibe. I will say this. I had a smile the whole time I was watching it. Even at the dumbest parts, it made me laugh. And I was definitely laughing at it. But at the same time, I felt like the movie wasn't being asked to take seriously. I really don't think when they made it, they were like, ooh, this is... It's like, not to compare it to one of our other movies, but Assassin's Creed took itself so seriously.
seriously.
It thought it was making high art. And Doom did not think it was making high art. It was like... All right, fucking, we're in space. There was some cool stuff in it. There was some interesting, like the nano wall, whatever the hell that was.
Yeah.
What was that?
I don't know what that. Or like,
It was just like so they'd have something to show in the trailers.
this is all going to be spoilers. So if you have not watched Doom, like,
this will be very spoiler heavy.
what the fuck was the Ark?
The Ark it was developed by the superhuman aliens.
Yes. Okay.
So that they could evacuate after they started using.
So,
like,
so they had a
genetic
one-way
manipulation.
teleport portal.
Yeah.
That was the whole thing.
Yes.
Into another place that was like the place, but darker.
different. Yeah, and with more deadly. I'm sure they explained
you
it,
know,
but
like,
well, what did you think about the fact that
they kept talking about the Ark,
Yeah,
and I'm
it
just
was
like,
weird.
it just seems like this weird one-way teleport.
Yeah, it was weird. It was kind of neat though.
Yeah, sort of. What? Okay,
It's
go
kinda
ahead.
weird. Why didn't they? So if you haven't played Doom, it's all about hell and
Yeah.
the minions of hell. And hell, it's similar in that there's a giant corporation and they're like mining hell for resources.
Yeah.
And the demons break out. It's very straightforward.
They go in too deep. The
It's
demons
just-
come out.
Even Doom was kind of based on aliens.
Yeah.
Like it's the same Weyland Yutani kind of a thing. Why did they change it? They didn't do demons here. It was like zombie / like genetic virus people. So they were like demon-like monsters, but they weren't demons.
Yeah,
It
my
was
take.
very odd.
My takeaway watching this movie was like, is there like I've played the old Dooms when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I played the Doom that came out in this era a little bit. And I
Yeah.
played the 2016 Doom.
Yeah.
A little bit, not a lot, a few levels. And I was like, is there Doom lore that I don't know about?
No.
Like
I mean, maybe in some spinoff or some shit, but no.
Like
it's
Doom
always hell.
Is Doom secretly a zombie story?
There are zombies, but they're just satanic.
There's what?
They're zombies. No, but there's like zombies. There's people that are infected by hell.
Yeah.
But it's always hell.
Yeah.
So it was very strange. I don't know why. And it's not like they weren't trying to make it more kid friendly because there was nudity, there was a lot of swearing, there was a lot of blood. It was very
One of my
hard
notes.
R.
One of my notes is titties.
Yeah, that was kind of surprising in a video game movie,
It was very surprising.
especially in 2005.
It was the first set of video game movie titties we've seen so far.
Yeah,
They were not. I mean, the titties themselves were fine.
yeah.
not in a great circumstance. Though.
No, the scene was not good.
No, it was not good.
There was a lot of weird like sexist bullshit in there, more than in most movies from that era. Which, to be fair, it's like a stupid army Jarhead movie, so it wasn't trying to be subtle.
Yeah,
But
it is more Jarhead than Jarhead.
Way more.
Yeah, it was.
Like when you first see The Rock, he's sitting there with his giant ripped back, and he just has a tattoo. What does it say?
Semper Fi.
Semper Fi. Okay.
Hoorah.
Some of my favorite lines in the movie, though, because there were some great lines.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of my favorite, I should have written it down, but when she's like, maybe time took them, and he goes, protect your baby from time. Like showed her, like, protect your baby. That was great. And then my favorite line, which I've said to you several times today already, when The Rock says, what, are you going to shoot me? And Carl Urban says, yeah, I was thinking about it.
Yeah.
I just fucking love that. This is after their face off, which again, spoiler, turns out The Rock, not such a great guy.
No, are you going to be Carl Urban in this next one?
Yeah, probably.
How many rounds you got?
About half a magazine. How about you?
Just one.
But you didn't even point at me.
No, I shot like the wall behind you.
They did make a big deal about the BFG.
And it sucked.
I don't know.
I mean, it didn't suck, but like he's one-on-one in Carl Urban.
That was a
has
very
the
strange way to
BFG
do it.
And just doesn't shoot him with it.
But the effect was cool. How it like melted the.
Yeah, sort of.
I thought it was cool
The
for
effects,
this time.
the effects were rough.
Honestly, I don't know about that. Like the sequence, I was a little disappointed by the first person sequence.
That shit looked like the worst laser tag I've ever been to.
Except at the end, where he's fighting against the the weird wheelchair robot demon. That actually I thought looked very good for the time. I was like impressed by how well that sequence in particular has aged. The rest of it was not great.
I'm impressed you liked it so much.
I did. I genuinely like after it was like, yes, it's a bad movie. It's not a good movie, but it's not trying to be a good movie. It is dumb as fuck. But I enjoyed it. I would watch it again, which I will not. I will never watch Assassin's Creed again, and I would never watch Warcraft again.
It's true. I wouldn't watch those again.
But I could see myself in 5 years. Like I would show a friend Doom, like a friend who I think would like it. I don't think
I would show a friend Doom.
Would. It would have to be in the right circumstances. I would never recommend it. Like, hey, you like good horror movies? If I was like, hey, you want to like get high and watch a stupid ass movie?
Yeah, I guess I could see. I mean, I will say this: like, being that stupid and having The Rock in it,
he certainly does lend a lot of charm.
Does
to things.
make it sort of fun to see.
Yeah,
because he's such a different person now.
Yeah,
like
and Rosamund Pike, for that matter, who's now like super serious, awesome.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I'm sure she's super embarrassed she was in this movie, even though she did as
sure
good a job
she
as she could do. Yeah,
yeah. Even when Duke was trying to molest her for
no reason.
Basically, like half the movie.
Yeah,
he was trying to molest her.
Yeah, well, she was having none of it.
She was having none of it, and that makes it worse. To be fair,
yeah, that's true.
If she was sort of into it, I would be like, okay, they're kind of having a thing, but he's just basically on her neck. Yeah, and she's just like, no, please. And he's just like,
well, what are you
come on, you know you want this.
I'm a Marine.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Hoorah.
I'll fucking shoot you.
He's like, hoorah.
Hoorah,
like,
baby.
Yeah. And she's like, I'm not into that. He's like, hoorah.
What did you think about The Rock's transformation at the very end? That was
So The Rock's the bad guy. In case we haven't explained
he's
it
like
yet.
one of them, yeah.
The Rock turns into a zombie demon.
Kinda.
Yeah. So basically these demons, or the demon, I don't know if it seems like it's a singular.
No, it's like
it's like a virus.
Well, what it is it's a super thing that changes your genetics, and if you have evil in your DNA, then you turn evil, and if you're good, you turn into a superhuman.
I mean, like a single thing is like a single viral, like it's seeking out.
Yeah.
It's almost cognizant in the way it's seeking out evil people.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like violent people.
Yeah.
And so
people predisposed to violence.
So
I'm pretty sure the science on that is
Carl Urban's a good dude.
Yeah, when he says like, I've done horrible things, she's like, yeah, you're not that
bad
cool.
guy. Yeah, you're.
And then she injects him, and then you see the famous, I don't know why it's famous, but the first person sequence where he's like, it kind of looks like a game, but it looks weird. I don't know how they did that either. Was it like, not because it looked so good? I wasn't like, how did they do it? It was more like, it was just a very odd scene. It was like the way the gun looked. I couldn't tell if it was 3D.
I could make it look better with the toy gun. And
but not in 2000, not in 2005.
I feel like even in 2005, if you just strapped a camera to a toy gun and ran around, it would look more believable.
It was a little weird.
This looked like a video game.
Yeah,
but not from 2005, from like 97.
Which, to be fair, Doom came out in like 92, so One could argue.
I wouldn't. Yeah,
Or maybe
if
it was
it looked-
94. Well, anyway.
honestly, if they just played a sequence from Doom,
Yeah, that would have been kind
I
of
would have been way more into it. And the chainsaw, which why is there a chainsaw?
I don't know.
Like, did the demon bring it?
I think so, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, and they didn't mention this, but when you go through the arc,
you get a chainsaw. they just,
9 times out of 10.
that's like, where did the chainsaw come from? The demon didn't bring it with him, so
I guess he did.
but it's useless. Like, he gets the chainsaw and he's got to fight I don't even know what they call those little dog demons.
Yeah, I don't know.
So there's a dog demon. He gets a chainsaw. He waves it at the dog demon for a while, and then just shoots it because the chainsaw doesn't do anything. And we've all played
Yeah.
Doom. We all know the chainsaw rocks.
It does
right?
rock.
Yeah. He should have just been mowing everything down with a chainsaw.
Yeah.
To me, that was the real crime that happened. Is that the
Yeah.
chainsaw fucking sucked.
Yeah. It was not a good movie. It was not a good movie, don't get me wrong. But I still had fun watching it.
Yeah,
I thought it was enjoyable in terms of how it embraced its own stupidity, which is not exactly high praise, but and again, it's not a movie I would watch over a better movie, but it's a movie I would watch over Assassin's Creed or Warcraft.
I had less fun than you, but I do agree with most of your sentiments.
Yeah. I also kind of like stupid ass movies like that.
What would you give it out of 10 Tech Yes?
So this is hard because I want to give it like a higher score. And again, I
know
want to
you do,
stress,
but that's
it's
what I'm
not
asking
because it's
you.
a great movie. This is not a great video game movie. This is not a movie I would show my mom so she'd be like, see, Mom, video games are fucking cool. They can tell compelling stories.
I feel like you gave Warcraft and Assassin's Creed like 2s and 3s.
No, I gave Assassin's Creed 4. I forget what I gave Warcraft.
I think a 3.
Yeah, well, that movie sucked.
Yeah,
I would
it's
give
really bad.
Doom 7 is too high. Because 7's like actually good movie territory. I would say a 6 because I had fun watching it. It made me smile. It was better than... It was fun. At least I had fun with it.
Now, I gave Assassin's Creed a 6.
Yeah, which I don't understand. But
I think I'd give Doom a 6 as well.
really interesting.
And not to say I think they're of the same... Well, I would say Assassin's Creed actually is probably of better quality.
I think it's better made.
right?
yeah.
Like, I think
it
as
was more ambitious
I think as...
and it's newer.
That's what like I think being newer benefits it quite a bit in
agreed.
this argument, especially watching them both now, like
Yeah.
side by side.
Yep.
Just because, especially because they're both so kind of CG heavy.
Yeah.
You know, that seeing the bad CG kind of takes away a lot of the polish that movie
Yeah.
probably had when it launched.
It is not a super polished movie.
No.
I think even by those standards.
I would say I would be more prone to watch Doom again as a goof than I would to slog through Assassin's Creed again.
yeah.
Right? Even though they're the same score, I think one is a better made movie, while
Yeah.
one is a goofier, probably a more fun time to have.
Which is why this whole conversation is interesting because I think our perspective's getting skewed about like we're giving these movies high scores. Like 6 is a relatively high score. You know,
Yeah.
it's better than 50. This is not a 6 compared to like a good movie though.
No.
I want to make that
No.
clear. This is a very different standard.
Yeah, this is not a good. Yeah, I wouldn't say this is a good movie. I don't think Assassin's Creed was a good movie.
Yeah.
I did.
It's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought Assassin's Creed had its interesting moments.
Yeah,
You
I
can
agree
watch
with that.
last week's video. It's on the same channel. You can find it.
Yeah. You probably you could probably see it right now.
You can probably see it
above
right
us.
now, like like right here. But you know, I didn't think it was Assassin's Creed was a great movie. I thought it had some neat stuff. I thought the back in time scenes were really good.
And like you said, it was competently made.
Yeah, where I think this movie was less competent but more more fun.
And more charming for its lack of competence.
And I will say, seeing young Rock with his shaved head,
Yeah.
but like still some hair, you know,
Yeah,
not like bald Rock, but
not like Ballers Rock.
No.
Like, I just got out of the wrestling WWF or whatever.
like marine fuzzy head Rock,
he
right?
looks like, and he was great, man. When he goes, all right, I need you to tell me what the fuck is going on here. There are a lot of great lines like that.
Well, like he literally does that line for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Cause
He's basically running around going, what the fuck is that?
yeah.
What the fuck is that?
You need to tell me
fuck
right
is this?
now what the fuck is going on here. Like over and over.
And you too.
Yeah.
And hey,
Yeah.
where the fuck is this guy?
Yeah. What happened to who killed Goat or whose blood is that? It's like
What the fuck?
Yeah. And there's just constantly this kind of pointing at everything.
It was funny.
What was that? It was a monkey. You know, like
Yeah, why the fuck is there a monkey?
yeah. It's just,
Like he was dialed up.
yeah, constantly dialed up.
That's
which is-
why I liked it. Like,
and that I did like. I feel like the other people didn't do that as well, and not Carl Urban. I feel like the other
was he was
the
good.
rest of the squad
Yeah, they weren't quite on his level.
they weren't quite on. Like if if there were a couple other actors that were equally kind of
like if
competent or invested,
Samuel L. Jackson was in there.
If Samuel L. Jackson was in this movie would be a 7 for sure.
Yeah.
Right? If there was someone else.
Throw another couple people like that who were like happy to be there and having a blast with it.
If there was, one other person just with big energy coming in and just being superfluous.
Yeah.
And like just pa all the time. Like
super bombastic and just like.
I think it would have done a lot for the movie. I think having everyone else be weird.
What was with like the drug subplot? That was strange.
Yeah, and the kid was on drugs.
But for some reason?
Because I knew drugs. The creep guy was not on drugs.
But he had drugs?
And his story ended when he went to take a shit.
Yeah, that whole sequence was fucking bizarre where he's in the like stall.
And then the guy he was patrolling with had to fight a demon with a computer monitor on.
That's right. Yeah,
that was weird. What the fuck, man? Like, what is going on?
See, that's what The Rock was saying.
Yeah, Duke randomly just got pulled through the floor.
Yeah, that was the end of him.
Like, he is in the whole movie, and in the last 15 minutes, they're running, and someone just grabs his shoelace.
And he's like,
meh. Yeah, someone just grabs his shoelace or something and just pulls him through a vent in the floor.
It's almost like they're like, fuck, man, the script, we forgot to write this guy out.
Yeah, dude's still alive.
We lost a page of the script. We got to take care of this.
This dude's still alive somehow.
I think before we finish up, though, one of the stupidest parts was like their line, their stupid action movie line was like, go to hell.
Oh, yeah.
But I was like, that only made it worse, the fact that they were in hell.
Yeah, that
just pissed me off because I was like, that would have been cool in Doom. It still would have been silly.
That was a big thing, too, for me. I don't like movies that make me feel confused. And not there's movies that make you think, right?
Yeah.
I feel like
Warcraft was like
I feel like Warcraft, right? I think the thing that I take away from Warcraft, I think that made me really upset about Warcraft was the fact that you're constantly not wondering like, oh, what's going to happen next? You're just like, where the fuck are these people?
Yeah.
Where did they come from?
The editing so piss
yeah,
poor?
like what is this scene?
Yeah.
How does this relate to the last scene?
Yeah.
What is anyone's name?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like in this movie they would say like, go to hell. And you're like, okay, this is like a hell, like purgatory kind of plot that, it's like a metaphor.
Yeah.
But then it's not at all.
No.
And so you're just
there's not a lot of metaphors in this movie.
So it's like Aliens.
Yeah, it's basically a shitty Aliens.
I really feel like this movie was not supposed to be called Doom.
Yeah, that's probably fair to say. And then because you're right, the stuff they put in there that was Doom focused, there's like 4 things.
Yeah,
the guy's name, Pinky, the BFG.
Even the demons don't look like Doom demons.
No, not at all. Not even slightly.
The only Doom demons show up in first person mode.
And even then, barely.
Yeah, but like the demon, like
there's like the one guy from Doom 3, I guess.
That's what I mean. Like the few things that show up that like are Doom things, are in first person mode, which makes me think they're like,
we need to make this a Doom.
Yeah, we need to make a Doom movie. We don't have any of the actors here, so let's do a CG first person thing where we throw some Doom monsters in.
Yeah,
and that'll be.
And then we'll change a couple names in the script.
Yeah, we'll change a couple names
and throw a chainsaw in there.
Well, the chainsaw's in first person mode.
Yeah, that's true.
And yeah, we'll have Rock do one line about, or that maybe that was already in there. The go to hell, welcome to hell.
Well, and the BFGs, that whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
But that was not critical of the story by any means.
No.
That was more just like, whoa, this gun's fucking awesome.
Yeah, and real talk, they could have done that after because he doesn't kill him with the BFG.
No, he doesn't. If you cut that out, the movie
if the whole
different.
BFG section was gone.
That would actually be interesting to learn if like the history of this. Maybe that should be our follow-ups for the shows after is like, hey, we did a little bit of research.
Yeah, maybe we'll do some actual research next time.
Yeah, maybe.
Probably won't.
Well, okay. I don't know, man. It's my favorite of the 3 so far.
Yeah,
by a significant margin, I would say.
Maybe I think it's the one I'd watch most out of the 3. I think Assassin's Creed was the best made out of the 3.
Yeah,
which kind of gives me a little draw to it.
Yeah,
but yeah, I would say this was probably the funnest to watch out of the 3.
All right, so what about next week?
I haven't picked a movie yet.
I was thinking, bear with me. This is a weird one.
Right.
What about Max Payne?
With
Mark Wahlberg.
With Marky Mark.
Because that one's, I don't know when that came out, but it was like 2008 or something.
Yeah.
So that's relatively recent.
All right, we can watch Max Payne. I'm down for that.
I know I've seen it. I know I've seen Doom as well.
I'm sure I've seen Max Payne too, but I don't know.
I have zero memory of it. So and now that Control's coming out, Max Payne's been in the news a little bit. I think it'd be good.
I'm really trying to hold off on doing Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I know, because that one. Well, yeah.
We'll talk about that when we get to that.
Oh yeah,
but I'm trying to hold that one off as long as possible. Yeah. So before I
totally agree.
It'll be before we get into anime movies.
Yeah,
but
it'll probably be
like,
after we get through. Yeah,
both
the Silent Hills and
we're not doing the Silent Hills or horror movies.
But we gotta do the first Silent Hill.
I'll do Resident
Evil. The
only
good horror movie. The only good video game movie.
Well, I'm not doing Silent Hill.
Well, we'll watch it together.
All right, maybe I'll watch it.
We'll stream it
with the lights on.
All right. Well, so Max Payne, come back next week.
Come back next week for Max Payne. With that, we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
If you watch Doom, if you hated Doom, if you love Doom, if you hated us talking about Doom, if you loved us talking about Doom,
any combination
if you hated loving us talking about Doom, if you loved hating us talking about Doom,
especially that one,
leave us a comment. Go to techyeahpodcast.com.
You're thinking no by now.
I was thinking techyeah.pizza, which is our other domain. You can go to techyeah.pizza. And with that, go watch some games and some game movies.
Yeah, go watch some games. Like on Twitch, I guess.
Or play some.
You get it.
All right.
Go play some games and watch some movies.
Love you guys.